Say that, and yet I paid for Tyson and Roy Jones.
I did too.
I'm going to pay for Tyson and Holyfield. I'm just telling you now.
I
This is
I
tapping into
wasn't
something.
crazy about them doing it, but I paid for it.
Yeah.
And you know what it shows? Shows the state of boxing. Shows where boxing is right now. That people are so starved to watch some boxing that they'll buy this stuff.
Chris Mannix wrote an excellent piece about that this week, basically saying like this Jake Paul thing, this blood's on your hand boxing. You're blowing this. You have these, they're like MMA in a lot of ways. They're always going to have 8 to 15 really, really, really high end boxers in their prime at whatever point. And if none of them are fighting each other, why should I care? And if it's so hard to get two people, this is something I think you really exploited. I think if you're looking like, why did UFC succeed? You exploiting that over everything else is why it feels like UFC has replaced boxing in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Well, if you look back 20 years ago, 15 years ago, I had to go on Fridays because boxing owned Saturday, and the last thing I wanted to do is be on the same night as a boxing match. And now we own Saturday nights, you know what I mean? Every Saturday throughout the year. So, it's been a lot of hard work and put a lot of time into it. And the other thing with the Jake Paul thing, like I was saying to you earlier, we built a business off the absolute best fighting the best.
Yep.
And when that happens, you find out who the greatest guy in the world is in each weight class or girl. And, this thing's going to have a short lifespan. Can't build a real business off one guy like that. Listen, this one guy, he's going to make some money. This kid's going to make some money. Good for him. The other thing is, you can tell he's worked hard. This kid trains and takes it serious. When he fights like he thinks he's the best in the world. That's for sure.
Do you think 23-year-old Dana White, if you time machined him and put him in 2021, he would have been organizing these influencer fights and smelled the money?
I don't know. I've always been more of a purist. Like I said, I want to know who the best in the world is. And I love to see the best compete against the best. That's my thing. That's why when we bought this, that's how this thing was built. This thing was built to make sure that the absolute best, listen, I'm not going to say that I haven't done some gimmicky things in my day too. When you have something that people want to see and sell. I mean, at the end of the day, that's my job. And this Jake Paul kid, people want to see it. So if people want to pay for it, you should absolutely do it.
Heading into decade 3, how has your business changed and evolved? It would seem like incorporating the gambling pieces into this now that gambling has gone so mainstream and